Hello, Instagram. This is Leslie Tavernier, and I'm a dark feminine love coach. And today I'm going to be talking to you about transparency in relationships, particularly transparency in relationship to a dark masculine man. So welcome. I'm going to have to put my glasses on so I can see the comments. So welcome. And if you are a woman who is in relationship with a dark masculine man, let me know that in the chat. And if you are a man who considers yourself to be a dark masculine man, let me know that in the chat. And if you are a man who is wanting to be a dark masculine man, you can also let me know that in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, definitely type in #replay. So a lot of people say they want transparency. A lot of women say they want transparency. And what I've heard from a number of men over the years is that even though women say they want transparency, when these men attempt to be transparent or they are transparent, it still ends up turning into a shit show. And the woman still gets angry, and it can even be verbally abusive to the man when he tries to be transparent. And so a lot of men, especially dark masculine men, especially men who have sex with multiple women, they choose to not be transparent about the fact that they are having sex with multiple women. So this is a very common phenomenon, and it's something that a lot of women complain about. A lot of women complain about feeling blindsided by men, especially their dark masculine man, when they end up finding out information that he chose not to share. This happens a lot in this relationship dynamic. So it's happened a lot to me with more than one dark masculine man over the many years of me being in relationships with men, where I experienced being blindsided, or what I interpreted as being blindsided. And the experience of that for me was where I found out information about other women. And I did not find out from the dark masculine man himself. I found out through third parties. So I either found out from a mutual friend of ours, or from the other woman, or I went snooping and I did detective work and found out, but I didn't find out from him directly. And every time that this would happen, I would have a very negative emotional reaction. In the past, when I was much younger, my reaction would be one of extreme anger. And recently, my reaction was more of deep sadness and grief. A little bit of anger, but more sadness and grief. So that's a recurring subconscious program or patterning for me that I've experienced repeatedly over almost a 30-year period of time with men. And when I would ask these particular men, well, why didn't you tell me about this other woman that you were seeing? Why didn't you tell me about this other woman that was pregnant with your child and you chose to keep that information from me? Why did you just not tell me? And the way that dark masculine men tend to respond is, well, it's none of your business. I don't got to tell you shit. I'm not obligated to tell you anything about these other women. And furthermore, I don't feel safe telling you because you are emotionally unstable and emotionally immature. So hearing that is also triggering. Super, super, super triggering. And it is a certain level of transparency. It's a level of transparency in that he's saying straight up, I don't got to tell you shit. And it's none of your business. And even if I wanted to tell you, I still wouldn't tell you because you can't handle hearing the truth. Not them turning it back on you. Well, that's what they do. That's what they tend to do. So here's the thing. I believe that I create my reality. And so whenever a trigger arises, whether it's this trigger or some other trigger, whatever the trigger is, whether it's coming from a dark masculine man, a family member, a friend, whoever, it's important to look at my role in it. It's very important to look at my role in it as the creator of my reality. So lately I've been talking a lot about the three-way mirror. And I go on and on and on about how that works inside of my free Telegram group. So if you are interested in learning more about the three-way mirror, just DM me and I will add you to my free Telegram group. And the way that the three-way mirror works is that you first take a look, you acknowledge that you've been triggered. And you may have multiple triggers. There may be multiple triggers. So in this most recent incident with my dark masculine man, I had multiple triggers. I had at least 3 triggers. One was a major trigger. The other 2 were not as intense emotionally. So I wrote it down. I wrote down all 3 of them. I wrote down all 3 triggers. And then I took a look at the three-way mirror to see how I contributed or how I co-created these triggers. Because not everybody would be triggered by this scenario. And not everybody would react the same way I did to this scenario. So I have to look at my role in it. If you're not going to look at your role in it, then you're not doing the work to grow. You're just stuck in wanting to blame and shame. Okay? So Back to Natural, or the Back to Natural, says, I dated an openly dark masculine man who told me he didn't celebrate holidays, then took one of the women to Costa Rica on Valentine's Day. I was furious, not because he took her, but because he said he didn't celebrate. I'm going to assume that she's saying he didn't celebrate holiday. He said he didn't celebrate. Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's that can be majorly triggering when they say they're not going to do something with you, or they ask you to do something and then you find out that with another woman, they did do that thing or they didn't do that thing. And so when you're relating with a dark masculine man, one of the things that you must be careful not to assume is that he's going to treat every woman he's with the exact same way. Okay. Do not make that assumption. Please do not make that assumption. I've made that assumption many, many, many times. And it's not wise to make that assumption, because he's not going to show up the same exact way with each woman. He's not going to treat each woman the exact same way. You have to also understand that not every woman that he's in relationship with is choosing him as a dark masculine man. Okay. So in my case, my dark masculine man, he is polyamorous. He has a lot of women, a lot of partners. Most of them are not choosing him as a dark masculine man. Okay. They're not choosing him as that. They're choosing, most of the women that are choosing him, by his admission, they're choosing him because they see him more as a guru, a wise man. They love his mind. They love the way he thinks. They love the answers that he gives. They love to pick his brain. He turns them on in a sapiosexual type of way. So that's how most women are choosing him. Most women are not actually choosing him as a dark masculine man. That being said, he's not the same man with every woman. He's not the same man with every woman. Each relationship is not going to be identical. If you're doing polyamory, you have to understand this. Otherwise, you're going to be extremely frustrated. So, let me see here. The Back to Natural says, I simply waited and broke up with him on his birthday. He was furious, but still wanted to be with me after he cooled off. Interesting. So, I mean, it could be true that he himself doesn't celebrate holidays. But maybe that particular woman wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day, and he was just like, okay, I'll just go along because I like you. I don't give a fuck about St. Valentine's Day, but I'll hang with you anyway because, that's what you're into. So, let me see here. DNA Emblazon 44 says, what does it correlate to when you are attracted to particular dark feminine? What does that relate to in oneself? And what does this say about the one attracted to this particular dark feminine? So if you're very attracted to a dark feminine woman, usually it's because she's amazing in bed. And she's very self-focused. She puts herself first. And that turns you on. You like that shit. At the same time, it annoys you. It pisses you off. You don't like the fact that you can't control her. But, you enjoy the sex. Same thing when a woman is choosing a dark masculine man. You really like to have sex with him. The sex is amazing. His energy is amazing. His big dick energy feels amazing. Does he piss you off? Yes. Does he annoy you? Yes. Is he full of shit sometimes? Yes. But you love to fuck him. Okay? That's what it says. Now, it can also indicate that, especially if it's tumultuous, if the relationship is tumultuous and you as a man are choosing a dark feminine woman, then it could mean that you have mommy issues. And for the woman that's choosing a dark masculine man, it could mean that she has daddy issues. If the relationship is tumultuous, which in many cases it is. So it's an opportunity for healing and growth, an opportunity for you to heal your mommy issues, an opportunity for the woman to heal her daddy issues. Let me know if that makes sense to you. So, yeah, each relationship in polyamory is not going to be identical. So yes, he could say, I don't fucking celebrate holidays. I don't give a fuck about any of the holidays. And he might be with a woman that does celebrate Valentine's Day or Christmas Day or whatever the fuck. And because he likes her, he'll hang with her on that day. Because he likes her. Not because he gives a fuck about the holiday. Okay. So DNA in Blazing 44 says bingo. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, you love the sex. She knows how to turn you out. So, yeah. So the dark masculine man, their version of transparency usually is, it's none of your business. I don't got to tell you shit. Don't ask me any question. Or you could ask him, but he's not going to answer. And if you don't like it, well, take it or leave it. That's how a lot of them are. And that can be very frustrating. That can be really frustrating, but it can also be a turn on. It can be a turn on. You know, so like I've been with several dark masculine men over the last 30 years, 26 years that have been like this with me. And it, you know, it can be frustrating, but at the same time, a part of me likes it. A part of me likes it when a man says, you know what, I don't got to tell you shit. That can be sexy. Okay. So the Back to Natural says, yes, that was his stated reason. It was not tumultuous, though. He was fun. Yeah. So, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. And their attitude is going to be take it or leave it. Okay. Because they know they have options. They know that, like, you're not their only woman. So if you don't like that he celebrated Valentine's with her, then whatever, you could go fuck yourself. Like, that's their attitude. So, you know, that's how my dark masculine man is with me. He, you know, it's take it or leave it type of thing. I don't got to tell you shit. I don't got to answer your questions. You have shown yourself in the past to be emotionally unstable and emotionally immature, and I don't want to deal with the fuck shit. So I'm not going to tell you certain things. I'm just not. And if you have a problem with that, then you can go fuck yourself. So yeah, that's how it is. Now, if I want to change that, if I want to have a different experience with him, if I want to have an experience with him where he's much more transparent with me, where he's much more vulnerable with me, where he tells me things about his other partners, where he answers my questions, then I have to start by first looking at the three-way mirror. I have to see how I'm, first of all, creating the scenario where he doesn't feel safe to tell me certain things, and take ownership of that and do the work to change myself so that I'm an energetic match to a reality where he does feel safe telling me about his other partners. That's the work that I have to do. And also, I have to practice being transparent myself, not just with him, but with everyone, with my children, with my family members, with my clients, with everybody. I have to challenge myself to be transparent with people who it may feel scary, it may feel uncomfortable to be transparent with them. I have to challenge myself to be transparent with them anyway. If I want full transparency from him. So the first mirror is the patch. So there's 3 P's: the pattern, proclivity, and potential. Okay. Okay. DNA Emblazoned says, hey, it is said that your big dick energy comes from your intense shadow work you do from past traumas. I realize that I have ample amount of this energy when I've really dug deep into my core issues. Thanks for the BDE message. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Both the dark masculine and the dark feminine, yeah, they're both great at sex. But the thing with great sex is that it's a double-edged sword. And so great sex it's going to trigger all of your unhealed ancestral and childhood wounds. It's going to do that. You're not going to just have great sex just for the sake of having great sex. Great sex is going to bring up all your shit. And that's why the relationship with the dark masculine and dark feminine tends to be very tumultuous. That's why it's like an emotional roller coaster. It's the highs and the lows. Amazing sexual chemistry, amazing, incredible, highly orgasmic sex. And then like the worst arguments, the worst pain you've ever felt in your whole entire fucking life. In the same relationship. Okay? So someone says, let me just take off my glasses. When I hit my BDE in full stride, my significant other couldn't keep up. Another person says that, yes, the great sex can make you feel vulnerable. Yeah, the great sex is going to bring up all your shit. It's going to bring up all your shit. All of it. All of it. All of your insecurities, all of your jealousies, all of your rage, all of your grief. All of it's going to come up. All of your daddy issues, all of your mommy issues, all of it's going to come rushing to the surface when you're with a dark feminine woman or with a dark masculine man. That's just how it is. So you have to be willing to do the shadow work if you want to stay in this relationship. If you want this relationship to be long lasting. If you want this relationship to be healthy. You actually have to do the shadow work. There's no way around it. Otherwise, you and him are just going to be at war. And you're going to break up and it's going to be ugly. And then you're going to get with another dark masculine and another dark masculine. And it's just going to be the same shit over and over and over and over again until you actually do the shadow work. So someone says, told her I need a year apart. Well, during that year, you got to do the shadow work. But what I found that it's best to do the shadow work while you're still together. It's best to do it because when you're alone, when you're celibate and you're alone and you're just by yourself, you're not being triggered. You need to do the work as you're being triggered. As the triggers happen, that's when you do the shadow work. You're not going to do the work when you're not being triggered. So someone says, I think it's about accessing your personal power and being able to transmute it. Of course, yeah, shadow work. Okay, yeah. So that's why I stay in relationship with my dark masculine man. I've been in relationship with him for 15 years. And it's been really hard. Really fucking hard. But it does get easier in time as you do the shadow work. It really does. We've come a long way. A really, really, really long way. And we still have more work to do. So when I was recently triggered by him, I realized that, you know what, while I do accept the fact that he's not going to tell me certain things, he's not going to have certain discussions with me, he doesn't feel safe having certain discussions with me, particularly when it involves other women. I realized that, you know what, I want him to be transparent with me about other women. I want that. So I have some more work to do to manifest that reality with him. I can't force it. I can't demand it. There's no fucking way I'm going to be able to demand transparency from a dark masculine man. That's not going to happen. I have to dig deeper if I want that reality with him. So he and I, we're gonna do a podcast episode on this week. We're gonna actually record a podcast episode on this, and we're gonna talk about how he recently triggered me. We're gonna talk about all the triggers that arose in me. We're gonna talk about, what came up for me when I took a look at the three-way mirror. What was my role in all of this, and what I'm going to do to heal it. He and I are gonna do what I call a simulation. So we're gonna do a simulation where he simulates being transparent with me about his other partners, about one partner in particular. And yeah, we're going to be very vulnerable, raw, and transparent with you guys. We're going to show you the work we're doing in real time, live. Well, not live, it's going to be recorded, but you're going to hear us working through it. But you can also join my free Telegram, and you can, I talk about it in there very openly and very vulnerably. And so going back to the three-way mirror, so the first mirror is your patterns or your subconscious programs. So that's the first P. So I have a pattern. Do you need other partners? I'm not understanding your question. What do you mean? I'm not. Say that in a different way. I'm not sure what you're asking. So the first mirror is your subconscious programs. So I have a subconscious program where I expect men to not be transparent with me. I expect to be blindsided by men. I've had numerous experiences in the past of being blindsided by men. And I also feel that ancestrally, my mother and my grandmother, and perhaps even my great-grandmother have also had the experience of feeling blindsided by men. So this is ancestral, and this is also, subconscious programming within me. And so it keeps replaying itself. It's played itself out with more than one man. It's a pattern. The second mirror is proclivity. So that means you do the same exact thing as this man. You're saying he's not transparent. Well, guess what? Where am I not being transparent? Where am I not being transparent? Okay, I'm not being fully transparent with my children about certain things. Okay, so I got to clean that up. The third mirror is the potential mirror. So he's showing you your potential in some way. So my dark masculine man, he's really great at setting boundaries. Very, very clear boundaries. No, I'm not going to answer your question. I'm not going to tell you shit. That's his boundary. That's something that I'm not strong in. I still need to work on being able to set clear boundaries. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm not going to do. This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm not going to say. And if you don't like it, then you can bounce. That's an area of growth for me. So he's showing me what that looks like. He's showing me the potential to be more firm in my boundaries. He does you, so you do too. Yeah, exactly. So that's what the three-way mirror will show you. It will show you exactly how you created this shit. And then you can then begin to do the work to heal each of those panes of the mirror. So now I got to clean up my subconscious programming. Now I got to be more transparent with everybody. If I want transparency to be reflected back to me, now I got to be more firm in my boundaries. So these are the things that I would need to work on if I want to manifest a reality. And in addition to that, also demonstrating that I can actually be a safe space for him to tell me very pertinent information, about his other partners. I have to demonstrate consistently that I actually can handle hearing the truth. Even if it hurts, even if it disappoints me, I can handle hearing it. I have to demonstrate that. In the past, I did not demonstrate that. In the past, I would fly off the handle, or I would cry for days. Super, super, super emotional. Dark masculine men, they don't want to fucking deal with that shit. So, okay, someone says, I think at its core, it's about accessing your power. Probably because at a certain time in life as a kid, we felt powerless. So we create situations where we learn how to take back your power. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anywhere where you feel powerless as a dark feminine woman, your dark masculine man is going to trigger that, guaranteed. And also, for a lot of women that are on the initiation path of the dark feminine, because it's not like you're just automatically powerful as a dark feminine woman. You have to grow into it. It's an initiation. And so for a lot of women that are on that initiation, part of learning to be in their power is that they have to heal their relationship with money. So some women that are on this path, and I shared a post about this yesterday, have a fucked up relationship with money. They are giving their power away to money. Massively, massively, massively giving their power away to money. So some women that are on the dark feminine path, their relationship with money is fucked up, or their relationship with their dark masculine man is fucked up, or both. Their relationship with money and their dark masculine man is fucked up. And so in order to succeed at passing the initiation, you have to heal both of those areas of life to fully reclaim your power as a dark feminine woman. Okay. For a season, I attracted dark masculine. I definitely needed much firmer boundaries. Also, dating one may be a seductive powerhouse, and one was the beginning of my villain origin story. Interesting. Well, when you are doing your shadow work, you do have to let go of the idea of villain and victim. So as long as you're choosing to identify as the victim relative to this man, and you're trying to make him out to be the villain, or vice versa, you're not in your power. So you do have to challenge yourself to let go of any victim-villain narrative. You've got to let go of that. And a lot of women, especially women who are anxiously attached to an avoidant dark masculine man, a lot of anxiously attached women, they love to play the victim. They love to go into any anxious attachment Facebook group, and you will see endless examples of women and men, some anxiously attached men as well, who love to play victim. That's all they do 24/7. It's so annoying. It's nauseating. It's repulsive, and they can't even see it. So she says, I feel empowered now and no longer attract this type. Also, now my relationship with money is way better. I finally feel like I deserve all the good things. Beautiful. So, triggers are always going to come up, whether you're with a dark masculine man or not. Triggers are part of life. Triggers are part of being on the earth plane. You're going to be triggered. And so anytime that a trigger comes up, whether it's in an intimate relationship, a business relationship, a family relationship, whatever relationship, anytime that a trigger comes up, it's an opportunity for you to reclaim your power. So you got to look at your part in that trigger. How did I create this? Let's go take a look at the three-way mirror. Is it a subconscious program that keeps replaying? Is it a proclivity? Do I do the same fucking shit, but I don't want to own up to it? Or am I being shown my potential? Or is it all three? A lot of times it is all three. And once you see that, then you got to start to do the work to clean that up so that your reflection changes. Your mirror reflection changes. It's entirely up to you to shift your mirror reflection, regardless of the relationship dynamic. And the relationship dynamic with the dark masculine and the dark feminine, more than any other dynamic, is going to challenge you to look at your shit, to look at your reflections, and do the internal work, do the shadow work to change your reflections. You're going to have to do it if you want a lasting relationship with this man. They're going to have to do it. So a lot of women, they break up with their dark masculine, and then they get with another dark masculine, and then the shit starts all over again. Or in a lot of cases, which is what I'm seeing nowadays, is a lot of women, they just end up being celibate. They just give up on relationships. They just say, fuck it. I can't even do this anymore. I'm just going to be by myself. I can't. This is too painful. So there's a lot of women that are just celibate. They've just given up. So I'm here to support the women that actually want to stay in relationship with a dark masculine man. Okay. Those are the women that I coach. You want to stay. You want this relationship to last a lifetime. And you're willing to do the shadow work. You're willing to take a look at your shit. You're willing to do the three-way mirror. You're willing to clean up your part in the co-creation. You're willing to let go of victim-villain narratives. That's huge. Huge. You're willing to take accountability. You're willing to stop dumping your emotions, your negative emotions, on him without first asking if he's willing to hold space. That's huge. And I'm still working on that one. I'm still working on asking for permission. asking him to hold space. I tend to just go ahead and dump my negative emotions, and that does not work with a dark masculine man. Does not work. So for those of you who are willing to actually do this work, and it's hard work, being dark feminine is hard work. For those of you who are willing to do the hard work of having a lasting relationship with this man, then I'm the coach for you. I don't know who else is going to be able to coach you on this, honestly. Yes, at one point I did blame him, but once I realized his purpose, I'm no longer angry. I'm actually thankful. Good stuff. He was definitely a teacher for me. Life is so delicious on the other side. My turning point was self-validation. Once I gave myself permission, everything changed. It's very hard work but possible. So are you in a relationship now? The Back to Natural? Are you in a relationship right now? You are the best I've heard before. Yeah. There's not a lot. I don't know of any other coaches that feminine coaches that actually help women to stay in relationship with their dark masculine man. If you know of one, let me know, because I don't know of any. The few dark feminine coaches that I know of, they're celibate, they're not in a relationship with a man, and they've been celibate for a long time, or they're not actually with a dark masculine man. My other partner died. Sorry to hear that. I'm starting a new one. Okay. Actually, me neither. You're right. Yeah. I don't know of any other dark feminine love coach that has been in a 15-year relationship with her dark masculine man. I don't know of one. So I'm very qualified to coach women on how to actually stay in a healthy relationship with your dark masculine man. That doesn't mean that shit won't come up. Shit's going to come up. But you need to know how to deal with it. You need to know how to do the alchemy. You need to know how to do the shadow work. You need to be able to take responsibility for your triggers and take a look at the three-way mirror and clean that shit up. You've got to be able to do this work if you want to stay with him, if you want this to be lasting. If you want a committed relationship with him, it's going to take work. So you're welcome to join my free Telegram. Inbox me to join my free Telegram. I talk about the three-way mirror in there. I'm very vulnerable and candid in there. If you want to listen to our podcast episodes, just DM me. I'll send you the link to my YouTube channel. We have about 30 episodes now over the past 2 years about all the ups and downs that we've gone through together. It's an amazing podcast series. And if you want one-on-one coaching with me, you can book a 15-minute call, a 30-minute call, a 1-hour call, or you can go all in and do the full 3-month one-on-one coaching program with me. So you have many different ways to work with me. But again, I'm here for women who actually want to stay in relationship with their dark masculine man. You want to stay with him. You want to do the shadow work. You're willing to take accountability. You're willing to let go of victim-villain narratives. I'm not going to tolerate victim-villain. You're not a victim. He's not a villain. If you're willing to do that work, then I'm the coach for you. So are there any other questions before I end this live stream? Are you a Scorpio? No, I'm an Aries. Can you help men understand more? I can definitely help men. I have coached men that are a dark masculine, and I've also coached men who want to be a dark masculine. So yes, I do accept men as clients as well. Absolutely. I do. So if you want to be my client, inbox me and I'll be more than happy to work with you. A lot of dark masculine men, they have a hard time. They have a really hard time. A lot of dark masculine men, they don't know how to properly manage multiple women, and it ends up turning into a shit show. And a lot of dark masculine men, they get verbally abused by women. They really do. Now, some dark masculine men, they themselves are abusive. Some dark masculine are physically abusive to women. You know, these relationships can be very volatile for both the man and for the woman. I'm not taking anyone on my live, so I'm not going to accept your request to be live with me. So, yeah, if you want coaching on this, inbox me, whether you're a man or a woman. It is tough out here because most people don't know how to do alchemy. They don't know how to do shadow work. If you don't know how to do shadow work, then the relationship will be, it's 100% guaranteed to be a shit show. 100%. So if you want to learn how to actually do the shadow work as your triggers arise in this relationship dynamic, join my free Telegram, or you can inquire about private one-on-one coaching with me. So thank you so much for watching this live stream. I'm going to share it in 3-minute reels, because that's how Instagram works. It doesn't really support me when I put the whole entire live stream up. So I'm going to split it up into 3-minute reels, 3 minutes or less. So keep your eye out for that. And I might share the whole thing on my YouTube channel. I probably will share the whole thing on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to share it in 3-minute bites on Instagram. So anyways, reach out to me. I have more than 15 years experience with relating with dark masculine men. But my current relationship is 15 years and counting. And we've been through every up and down you could imagine. Okay. My dark masculine man is polyamorous. He does have multiple women. He is married. He does have a wife. And, yeah, I mean, we've been through all of it, and we're still together. We're not going to break up. I have no intention of breaking up with him. As far as I know, he has no intention of breaking up with me. We're in it to win it. We work through our challenges. We do the shadow work. We fucking do. And I'd be more than happy to help you if you're in this relationship dynamic and you want support. So she says, I like your perspective. Thanks. Thank you. And I look forward to hearing from you all. Ciao.